The book of Ruth is a beautiful story about love, loyalty, and second chances. It is a tale that has been cherished for generations, offering timeless lessons and inspiration. It takes place a long time ago in Israel, during a period of great hardship and uncertainty. This short but powerful book tells us about Naomi, a woman who loses everything, and Ruth, her daughter-in-law from Moab, who stays loyal to her. Their bond is a testament to the strength of family and friendship. Chapter 4 is the happy ending of their journey. It is a culmination of their faith, perseverance, and unwavering hope. It shows how God takes care of them, and it points to the ultimate happy ending we find in Jesus Christ. This chapter is a beautiful reminder of divine providence. This last chapter is full of hope and promise. It reassures us that no matter how dark our days may seem, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. Chapter 4 starts with a feeling that something significant is about to happen, a sense of anticipation hanging in the air. Boaz, a respected and influential man in Bethlehem, makes his way to the city gate with a determined look on his face. This city gate is not just an entrance, it is the heart of the town, where people gather to discuss and resolve legal matters. Boaz has a particularly tricky problem to address today. Naomi, who has recently returned to Bethlehem after a long absence, is now living in poverty and is deeply worried about her future. She owns a small plot of land, which is her only asset. To survive, she needs to sell this land, but the process is complicated. According to the laws of Israel, the right to buy the land and take care of Naomi and her daughter-in-law Ruth belongs to a close relative of Naomi's deceased husband. This relative is expected to step in, purchase the land, and protect the family, ensuring their well-being and security. Boaz, understanding the gravity of the situation, calls this relative to the city gate to discuss the matter in front of the town's leaders. In front of the city's elders, Boaz clearly explains the problem, laying out the details and the responsibilities involved. He gives the man the opportunity to fulfill his duty, to step up and take care of Naomi and Ruth. The crowd waits in suspense, watching closely to see what decision the relative will make. Initially, the relative agrees to buy the land, seemingly ready to take on the responsibility. However, when he learns that he must also marry Ruth, a woman from Moab, he hesitates and reconsiders his decision. Marrying Ruth would mean bringing a foreigner into his family, a prospect he is unwilling to accept, and so he declines, walking away from the responsibility. The relative's refusal changes everything. This is when Boaz shows what a good man he is. He does what the other man refused to do. Boaz agrees to buy the land and marry Ruth. This is a really important moment. By buying the land, Boaz keeps it from going to strangers. He makes sure Naomi's family's land stays with them. And by marrying Ruth, Boaz is incredibly kind. He chooses to love and take care of someone considered an outsider. This selfless act shows how good Boaz really is. With the city leaders watching, the deal is done. The relative takes off his sandal, a sign that he is giving his right to buy the land to Boaz. This makes Boaz's promise to care for Naomi and Ruth official. Boaz isn't just doing what the law says, he goes beyond the requirements, showing kindness and compassion. His actions point to something much bigger, a grander plan that reflects divine love and mercy. Boaz, by saving Naomi and Ruth, is like a picture of Jesus. His selflessness and dedication mirror the ultimate sacrifice. Just as Boaz saves Naomi and Ruth from their troubles, Jesus saves everyone who trusts in him from sin and death. His love knows no bounds. Boaz takes care of Ruth, even though she is from a different country. He shows that love and kindness transcend borders. In the same way, Jesus welcomes everyone, no matter where they come from, and offers them forgiveness and a new life. His embrace is universal. Boaz gives up his own comfort and safety to care for Naomi and Ruth. His actions are a testament to true sacrifice. This is like Jesus' ultimate sacrifice on the cross. He gave everything for humanity. Just as Boaz bought Ruth's freedom, Jesus bought our freedom with his own blood. His sacrifice was the price for our redemption. Boaz is a lot like Jesus. His story is a foreshadowing of the greater redemption to come. The story of Ruth hints at the coming Messiah, the one who would save his people from their sins. It is a beautiful prelude to the ultimate act of love and salvation. The story doesn't end with Boaz and Ruth getting married. They have a son, Obed. This baby, born when things seemed hopeless, is a sign of hope and God's faithfulness. Obed isn't just Boaz and Ruth's son. He is the grandfather of King David, the greatest king of Israel. This family connection is very important. It shows that Ruth, a Moabite woman, is in the family line of Jesus, as we read in the Gospel of Matthew. Ruth, a foreigner, being part of Jesus' family, shows us that God's plan to save people is for everyone. It shows that God's love isn't limited by race, country, or social status. Ruth's story shows that everyone is welcome in God's kingdom. It tells us that God's grace is for everyone who believes, no matter their past. The book of Ruth, even though it's a very old story, is similar to the message of the gospel. It reminds us that God wants to save us and make everything new. The story of Boaz points to Jesus, the one who truly saves us. Just as Boaz sacrificed to save Ruth, Jesus sacrificed himself to save all people. Ruth, being part of Jesus' family, shows us that salvation is for everyone. God's love is huge, and his grace is for everyone in the world. When we think about the book of Ruth, let's remember God's endless love and faithfulness. May we, like Boaz, show God's love and compassion to others. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.